Hello again, and my name is Nadia, and thank you for joining me for the second half of this journey. Now, if you haven't had a chance to go back over the first half, please go back over it, have a look at it, because we're going to go straight into this second half of the journey. So, what I asked you to do in the first half, I'm going to ask you to do it again. Please print out every piece of this. There's about 13 or 14 sheets. I printed it double-sided because it's more succinct that way, and also it does save paper as well. Print out this for the second half. Now this is gold dust. This is gold dust. This is your working mood board. It's your working mood board. You need to print it out. I know you've got it on your phone, you've got it on your iPad or your laptop, whichever device you've got. And you think, yes, I can go over it, but you can't make notes as readily. You see, I make notes on everything. You need to be able to make notes on everything, because as you make notes, you'll be able to put things in order. So it's very important that you print things off. Now, once you've printed everything off, you need to set about ordering all of your samples, all of your samples, everything. Now, there are, goodness me, I'd say in excess of probably about 20 suppliers or more. There could be about 20, between 15 to 20 suppliers, round about that sort of ballpark. That's how many suppliers you've got to order samples from. Now, that's no mean feat to actually try and get all those within a 2-week period. Okay, so I would say order what you can't actually go and physically get. Order samples from them. If you can go to the showrooms, this will speed the process up so much more. If you can go to the showroom, number one, it won't cost you the price that they may charge you for sending you the samples. And also, sometimes you can get a bigger sample if you actually go to the showroom and collect it. So maybe you put aside a weekend to go to maybe 6 or 8 different suppliers or manufacturers and collect them, or stores or showrooms to collect these samples. And also, whilst you're there, you can see varieties of the same sample. So they have different thicknesses or different qualities, and they can tell you the different price points. And also they can tell you if a particular item is going to be discontinued, therefore it may be in sale or about a lower price point. So if it's going to be discontinued, they sell it at a lower price outside of sale time. So you get it at a sale price outside of sale time, and also you can get things that they actually have on display. So you might get the display piece and get it at a low price point as well. So there's lots of different ways you can go about this. And I would say going to the showroom is always a good idea. So go to the showroom. So, okay. So it's really important. So as I say, we are looking at this one. This is the one that we're looking at the moment, which is the reception of a 20-bedroom hotel. So this is your reception, okay, and this is the hallway leading through your reception. Now, once you've gathered all of your items, now it doesn't matter if it's a pin. You know, you might be able to get 4 or 5 little pins. You might get a sample of the leather for the reception desk. Okay, pins, the reception desk. The top for the desk, you might get a piece for that, a piece for the flooring, a sample of the rug, even a piece of mirror. Obviously, you're going to have to get pictures of the actual light fittings, because they'll give you actual samples of those. They may do, I don't know, may give you an element of it. And then the wall as well, you want to get your paint pots. Now, you have to go into the DIY place or the paint manufacturers to actually get the match pots or the little sample pots of paint. Now, this is the thing that you do with the paint. You buy the paint, and then you get a piece of old wallpaper or big piece of paper, paint the colour onto the paper. Paint it onto the paper. You may, this is a lovely colour here. you want to see how this looks in your light. You may not have a window here that shines natural light, and maybe your reception desk is all just under artificial light only. So maybe you only got these two sort of ambient lights above it, and so you want to see what it's going to look like in that light. Okay, so I would say get the match pots. You may decide, oh, it looks a bit dark, that pot. I'm not sure about that. I might want it a bit lighter in my space. So maybe you can buy 2 match pots, a lighter version of that one. Okay, so I would say get it, paint it on the paper, and then stick the paper on the wall. Do you understand? Not paint it onto the wall, because it could take weeks or even a couple of months before you've actually completed your reception area, and you don't want a big square of paint on the wall. That will not be good for business. It will not look good, and you will not create a good impression. So you want to be able to put that paper on the wall, stick it on the wall, and you can see at different types of day or night or in different lights what it actually looks like. Okay, so that's a good idea to do that. Please don't paint it directly onto the wall, your different paint. I know in here you've got white walls. Why not paint a piece of paper white as well and put it next to it, because they're going to be following on from each other, and to see how they work together as well. So that's a good idea to do that. Once you've got all your pieces, I'd say if the piece is going to be on the wall, stick it on the wall. If it's going to be on the floor, put it on the floor. Don't put it on the wall, because it's going to be viewed on the floor. So you want to see what the light is going to look like on that piece on the floor. So you can see the floor there, that's polished tiles. Remember I talked about in the last video, that's polished tiles. It's really important. You can get samples of the tile, put the tile on the floor so that you can see what it's going to look like with the black and white tiles together, and also put the piece of the runner sample that you've got as well. Put them all on the floor so that you can see what the light's going to look like at different times of the day. As I said, that this is for a commercial property, and so you can do it at different times. You may decide that you want to go the full DIY route, whereby you cordon off that section, and all the workmen are working behind and they're just doing it quickly for you whilst the business is carrying on. That's fine. Then what you need to do is to give your project manager this. This is what you've printed out. Now, this is what I need to let you know about this very important piece. This is your working mood board. Your working mood board. This is what you need to know about it. Okay. With your working mood board, I have put this into UK and US. Let me show you here. Okay, let me get it here for you. Okay, so this is your, if I put it closer, you see reception stroke hallway area, and I've got the UK key and I've got the US key. UK and US, and you can see the products are not the same. Okay, the reasons the products are not the same is because in the UK and Europe we have one type or one set of manufacturers or suppliers and product suppliers and one types of different types of stores. Okay, and in the US or the Americas, you have a different type of manufacturers, but they may be producing the same product. It's just like they give them different names. Yes, that's all. They just give them different names. And their materials might be slightly different, but not that much different. Now, I have decided as your design consultant what materials from these suppliers and manufacturers in the different respective countries work best to produce this beautiful scheme for you. I have decided what works best. So do not be concerned that maybe this scheme, because I'm in the UK, I can get it looking exactly like this because I've got the UK suppliers, and then the US one will not be exactly the same. It will be exactly the same. I have researched it, and I have had experience of using suppliers from all around the world, so not just UK suppliers. So you can be rest assured that I have looked at the two different types. Now, in some cases, some suppliers or manufacturers do not produce exactly the same type of material, it's true, or the same style, that's true as well. But I've chosen a style that would be as close as possible to still get you to achieve the same look, feel and scheme for your consultation. Okay, so I have chosen suppliers in the UK and the US that will give you the right look and the right feel for your scheme and your consultation, and also for it to be within your price point. Remember, this is a silver scheme, and if you're going to be using contractors, we want to keep it close to the silver scheme. I've said for the silver it's a starting price, so if you use DIY and trade, then it's pretty much going to be the specified amount that I said in the silver scheme. If you're going to do all DIY, there is a possibility, it may still be that price point, but there's a possibility that you can go, may go towards the bronze scheme. So you may be able to make a lot of savings by recycling materials or upcycling. You may already have a reception desk and you've decided just to put a fascia onto it. So obviously, if you already have a reception desk and you're going to put a fascia onto it, then it's going to be a slightly lower price point, and so therefore you're going to save some money. So it's going to go more towards the bronze scheme. But I don't think this will be totally bronze, this scheme, because there are so many juicy elements of it that do shoot the price up a little bit. Okay, things like the chandelier, you know, they're delicious, and I think it's worth investing in them because they just create that ambience that you want and the contrast. And then also this wall, this back panel here, if you can get it printed and then put onto your back panel, please do it. If you get a sign writer to do it, please do it. I think it's a piece worth doing well, because people come to the reception desk and they stand there for a while, and while they're standing and you're dealing with them on the phone or making their bookings, they're looking around and they're making an impression and they're deciding about things. And so it's a point of call where people come to the reception desk for information all the time as well. So I think it's important to make the effort to not really downsize it too much, but to make the effort to keep that as close to that as possible. I think it's absolutely exquisite. And then the hallway as well, as I say, the paneling that you use on the walls is the larger version there of the paneling that you've used on there, but obviously it's more simplified in the hallway. And as I explained before, with what you can do with the to get that look for that beautiful mirror at the end of the hallway, to get that long sort of tunnel look to it. It's just really just draws you in, and that's what you want. You want it to draw people in and for them to feel that they want to stay. So I just think that's absolutely fantastic. As we go through this, as I say, UK and US suppliers, from the paint suppliers, the lights, the plant pot, everything, everything's there. You can either use this as your Bible, as your mood board Bible. You can take it with you, make notes on it, and so find out when things are going to arrive. Are they in stock? If they're in stock and they tell you it takes 2 weeks to arrive, if it's in stock, then it takes 2 weeks to arrive. If it's not in stock, it takes 2 weeks to arrive from when it's in stock. So if it takes 2 weeks to arrive in stock, then it takes 2 weeks to arrive, then that's 4 weeks that product will take to arrive. So you need to find out all the details and make all your notes on here. And that's what this is for you to make all your notes, so you've got everything there for you, so you're confident when you go forward. So some pieces, it may take a month for something to arrive, so it could be 6 weeks before you put the thing in. So if your whole scheme, to put this together, I say you can put this whole scheme together in about a month to 6 weeks top. I say 1 month. 1 month. You can put this together in a month. If you're doing it all yourself, 1 month. If you're doing it all yourself, 6 weeks if you're not too confident, because I think this back panel will take a long time. On the outside, 6 weeks if you're doing it all yourself, but I say a month would be good. If you're going to do half trade, half DIY, I think you can do this scheme in about 3 weeks. I think in about 3 weeks you can do this scheme if you're going to get trade to help you. And if you're going to get trade in, you can do this whole scheme if you plan it right in 1 week. 1 week. I'd say you can do this whole scheme if the trade are going to do it and you plan this right, you can do this whole scheme in 1 week. That means that section of your hotel or your bed and breakfast or your business or your shop or your store or your restaurant, whichever business it is, that is only going to be out of action for a week if you get all the trade to do it, or it could be a month or 3 weeks if you're going to do it half and half. Okay, so it's just to give you a timeline so you know what to expect. The main thing is allow yourself 2 weeks at least to get all of your products, and then to start to find out how long the lead times are. Lead times are, like I explained, if something's not in stock and it needs to be in stock, it takes 2 weeks to get in stock, then it's 2 weeks, and then the item takes 2 weeks to get to you, then it takes 4 weeks. That's the lead time. Okay, if they say it takes 2 weeks, 2 weeks is the lead time. Okay, it's in stock and it's going to take 2 weeks, 1 week, etc. That's the lead time, and that's what you need to know for the flooring, for everything. Do not assume because you've got a sample that they've got it in stock. You must use the website, phone them up, talk to somebody. Don't just type everything. Talk to somebody and ask them how long if you're going to do it all yourself. If not, you can hand it over to somebody. You can simply hand this to your project manager and say, this is what I want, and with this picture, this is the end result. This is the end result. This tells you everything that you need to get this in place. With these two things, your project manager, if it's not yourself, whoever you've employed to project manage your consultation, they can put this together in either anything from 1 week or 3 weeks if they're going to do that for you. Okay, if you're going to do it all yourself, then you can put this together in under 6 weeks. I'd say a month, really. If you plan it, if you're good at planning, you can do this in a month. Okay, so just to let you know that's how this whole scheme will come together for you. This is really exciting. You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it. It's going to be transformational, sorry. For people to come to your business premises and to see this, what an amazing first impression. Absolutely transformational. And this will increase your revenue, your business. People who are passing by, if they can see it through a big window, if you're in a hairdresser's or something like that, and they can see it through, if you have a big window and they can see straight in and they can see this, they will come in. It's absolutely beautiful. It's an exquisite interior. And I know I say that about a lot of my consultations, but I believe it because I know it and I've seen it in action and I know it works. This will increase your revenues no end. It will transform the story of your business. It will take it to another level. And in that doing, in raising your revenue and taking your business to the next level, it will also change your story. And in whatever small way or large way, it will also impact on you and change your life. I truly believe that these design consultations, even though they're just a download, they will change your story and change your life. And for £30 if you're in the UK or $40 if you're in the US, to change that something, can you pass it by? $30, $40, sorry, or £30 or €30. You can change your direction of your business and transform your life. Now, I would like you, if you could please let me know how this has helped you along your journey. If you can drop me just a little email, little note on through my website, just drop me a little note, let me know. And if you can attach a picture of your finished reception, how it looks, how people feel about it, how you feel about it, and how the journey was for you, I'd really appreciate it. If you don't want to send me a before picture, that doesn't matter. You don't have to tell me what your business is. It doesn't matter. But I would like to see the finished scheme and see how that has really impacted you and transformed your business. I'd just love to hear that story. And if I can have your permission to put your story and your picture on the website, I'd love that. That would really inspire other people. And if you want to transform other parts of your business, please look at other consultations that for different parts of your business, be it anything from the bathroom or the restroom or even the kitchen area, or even later on I'll be doing an office, that's down the line. You can see all of these consultations. I will be doing consultations on a regular basis, so please keep coming back to the website and seeing the new consultations that are being added. They're going to be added each week. I'm going to be adding consultation after consultation, so there's going to be a glut of them coming on a regular basis, because I intend to have at least in excess of 100 or more consultations for you to peruse and to make your choice. And if you decide you want to do half of one consultation and another half of that one and put those together, and that works for your scheme, do that. There are more things to see on the website. Please have a peruse of it, and it'll give you more information about how you can just move along your journey and how I can help you as well. This has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed doing this consultation with you, and as I say, please let me know how this has helped you. Happy journey and happy transformation. Change your journey and change your life. Thank you.